asked to give. I want to do the right thing. The United Way of Johnson County pledge card. I wonder where this money really goes. Does it really stay in Johnson County? I wonder who really benefits.
Because of you, lives have been changed. 23,000 Johnson County residents received assistance through 16 United Way partner agencies and 7 direct programs when they needed it the most. Over 1,200 youth had a safe and affordable place to go before and after school, summer day camps, or preschool. Over 3,800 individuals received Lifeline services that are vital to families who have no idea where to turn because a life-changing event has stunned the family. Over 1,800 children received the school supplies they needed for their first day of school. Over $75,000 was provided in counseling services to our Johnson County youth and their families as they are facing challenges of being physically, sexually, or mentally abused, as well as drug and alcohol abuse or bullying. Because of you, Danny has learned leadership and life-saving skills through the scouting program.
When I was growing up, my brother was part of scouting and I was a tag along with him. I always did everything that he did. And then when I turned 14, the day I turned 14, I took an application to my dad and I said, "Dad, I want to be a Venture Scout." He said, "Okay." So we ended up starting a venture crew in Greenwood, Indiana, and went on to become a professional scouter. So going through scouting, I just thought it was going to be something fun, something to meet new friends. I had no idea that it was going to have a larger impact on my life, as well as basic life skills like CPR and first aid. And I didn't even realize that I was learning those things because I was just having fun. So my very first day working a scouting event as a professional, I was driving home from work and I came across this absolutely horrific wreck. And I got out, I ran down the road. I was just gonna call 911 because that's what they teach you to do in school. And when I did, this man pulled out his lifeless 3-year-old daughter and laid her on the ground. And without even thinking, my instincts just kicked in. The things that I had learned in scouting, I got down, I started doing CPR on this girl, and she started screaming, and I've never been so happy to hear a scream in my life. But those are things that I learned in scouting, and I didn't even realize that I would need them in my everyday life. So when the dad saw that his daughter was living, she was breathing, she was screaming, his face went from this depressed, defeated, just down look to what just happened. Oh my gosh, like he was just ecstatic, he was shocked. And it really is impactful for me to realize that I am the reason this man gets to have more days with his daughter. I have a deep passion for scouting. I experienced it firsthand as a youth and now as a professional. But with the funds that are given to United Way and in turn giving to the Crossroads of America Council, Boy Scouts of America, that money is going to fund those youth that otherwise would not be able to participate in the scouting program. It allows them to learn those lifelong skills, the character development, and potentially be able to save a life one day.
Because of you, Sam has found a safe and comfortable place to call home.
My wife died February of 2 years ago. She wasn't only my wife, she was my best friend. And it took our combined retirement income for me to afford the house. And so that was it. That was all. It was a matter of money. I ended up living in my car because that's all I could afford. I got connected to United Way through a police officer because I was living in my car and it was the hardest part of the winter. I called United Way. That's how I got connected with Brianna. Brianna, no place to call home, got me in a motel temporarily until she found the apartment for me, which was a massive stroke of good fortune. If the police officer hadn't helped me with providing me with the number to call to United Way, I would most likely still be living in a vehicle. For someone like me on limited income, affordable living space is hard to find, very difficult to find. Been much easier with United Way's help. Give, and give big. It benefits your fellow man. I mean, I'm a beneficiary of your giving, and surely there are a lot of people that need help more than me, but I appreciate it very much because United Way's help probably saved my life, and I'll never forget you folks.
This is how every dollar you contribute makes a difference. 88 cents out of every dollar collected goes back into our community. 12 cents is used for administration and fundraising costs. 74% of funding is from donor pledges and contributions. 26% of funding comes from special events or other revenues and grants.
A few years ago, I was trying to make the decision of whether or not to donate to the United Way of Johnson County. I work hard for my money, and I want my money to have a true impact in the community. I have seen firsthand the impact that the United Way and its agencies have had on my community. I have never regretted my decision. Give. I promise you won't regret it.